Have you ever felt like your English is not improving at all, even though you study every day, watch some contents, and listen to podcasts and learn new words? But when it comes to speaking, nothing comes out. And you might start thinking, maybe I'm not talented. Maybe English is not for me. I really understand this feeling because I experienced same thing before. And actually I still feel this sometimes. I've been learning English for years and I can confidently communicate in English now. What I often think is the more I improve, the harder it becomes to notice my progress. And today I want to talk about why you shouldn't give up even when you feel like you're not improving, because progress is always happening quietly and slowly. You just need to know how to notice it. One thing I realized is that improvement is really hard to see in the moment. Language learning is slow, it takes time. You don't wake up tomorrow and suddenly become fluent. You study today and practice tomorrow, and maybe you feel totally the same. That's why so many people quit. They can't wait until results appear. And think about it, whatever you do, there's not gonna be overnight transformation, right? I totally understand this feeling because I used to be the same. Before I started learning English in New Zealand, I always expected to become fluent in a short time, but recently something changed my perspective. I was watching at my old YouTube videos that I posted a few months ago. I just started my YouTube channel this March, so I'm still new here, and honestly, it was a little embarrassing because I wasn't used to seeing myself speaking English. Even hearing my own recorded voice felt weird. I always wanted to avoid it because it's totally different from the one I hearing by myself while speaking. I think many people don't like it, but then I noticed something. My English was different from I expected. My old way of speaking was heavily influenced by my Japanese. When I speak Japanese, I often mumble and don't speak clearly. So in English, my voice was flat and it didn't go up and down, and my intonation wasn't natural. My rhythm wasn't good. But after recording videos again and again, it was getting better. My intonation has improved, my speaking became smoother, and I hesitated less than before. But I want to ask myself, did I notice these changes every day? I'm sure it's not. Never. I only realized this after looking back, and that's the point. And you might be improving, but you're too close to yourself to see it. I don't want you to misunderstand. I'm not saying just wait and your English will magically improve. So this is not true. You need action. You need practice. Especially if you want to speak English, right? Imagine someone says, I read 10 books about bench press, but why I cannot bench press 100 kilograms without training? That sounds crazy, right? Because they never trained, they never even touched bar. English speaking is completely same. Of course, reading is important, learning grammar is important, inputs matter. You can't be better without input, but only doing this is not enough. You need repetitions. You have to talk to someone, talk to yourself, and record yourself, and use English in real conversations. And if you don't know where to start, just record yourself, speak in English 50 seconds today. You can talk about your day, like what was going on, what you ate, how you felt. Anything is fine. Then keep the video, and a few months later, watch it again. You might realize how much you've changed. When I first started making YouTube videos in English, it was extremely uncomfortable. Like honestly, speaking to a camera itself was difficult. Even in Japanese, my native language, probably I would have frozen because I wasn't used to speaking to a camera. And on top of that, I was speaking English, my second language. I always felt pressure because I was thinking I have to speak perfect English. I shouldn't make mistakes. But after making videos again and again, maybe around 5 or 6 months, it slowly became more natural. It wasn't perfect, just more comfortable than before. And that only happened because I repeated. The hardest part is before it becomes a habit. But once something becomes part of your daily life, it gets much easier. That's why I think enjoying the process is so important. So if you hate every second of learning English, I think it's impossible to continue for years. So find something you enjoy. It can be watching movies, watching some contents on YouTube, also talking with someone in person, taking an online course. In my case, I take a Cambly lesson once a week which is an online course, also creating some contents on YouTube in English, and talking to myself in my free time. I don't usually do something special, just the simple things. I highly recommend just keep touching English every day. For me, English is not just studying anymore. It became one of my life. It's my challenge, it's my hobby, maybe even part of my identity. And most importantly, English connects me with the world. I live in Japan, and most people around me only speak Japanese. I can learn a lot of things from people around the world. I'm able to enjoy many contents. I can understand different opinions. My world became much bigger. So if you feel like you're not improving your English, don't quit too early. Maybe you're getting better than you think. You haven't seen it yet. But remember, progress comes from action. Take small steps, make mistakes, collect repetitions, and because one day you might look back and realize, wow, I actually improved. I'm still learning too. That's why I share my English journey here. So if you're learning English too, let me know in the comments. What is the hardest part of learning English for you? Let's keep improving together, okay? And if you want to follow my journey, please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.